You want something better?
Gamers, it is that time of the week again, which means it is time for Budget for Your Gadget. A bit of a tech review that we have every Wednesday, courtesy of our friends over at asianic.com.ph, wherein we look at brand new pieces of tech for you guys so you guys can add it to you guys' setup. Whether it be a printer, whether it be a laptop, whether it be a fan, or whatever it may be, we have it for you guys and we will present it. We'll give it to you guys on a very specific budget so you guys can have it for you guys because it's budget for your gadget, all right? So hopefully you guys stick around today. Here's the thing. We have a brand new toy we're going to be playing with. The moment I open this bad boy up, presentation-wise, the thing I'm going to be presenting to you guys right now looks gorgeous, okay? You guys are seeing the laptop I'm holding with one hand. This is the Lenovo Legion 5. And first things first, off the get-go, I'm holding it with one hand because it's so light. But then, I am so surprised because I know the specifications of this thing. For this to be this light is incredibly impressive, okay? Here's the thing. First off, first impressions that I had of this thing was opening it up, presentation-wise, it looks really clean. It looks really sleek. It's got a very clean black matte finish, and it's got the logo Legion over at the front. It just looks clean. It just screams clean, but then you would realize the Lenovo Legion 5 is actually a really strong gaming laptop. A laptop that can withstand a lot of power. And so, with that, of course, you need good ventilation on a laptop like that. So over at the bottom, you see a huge vent for both sides of the laptop so it can breathe properly. As long as you make sure there's nothing at the bottom, you'd be able to have it breathe. And over at the back, even more vents to let it breathe, which is understandable. You guys will understand in a bit why it needs to breathe so much because inside of this thing is a powerhouse. But then the moment I opened this bad boy up, first thing that caught my attention, backlight keyboards. The keyboards have a RGB look, and I know that you can customize this yourself to any color that you want, but then it just looked really clean and slick with the power button over at the middle. Overall, it felt like I was opening up Jarvis or something for the first time. So it just looked really cool. Apart from that, in terms of its ports, really important to look at the ports of a laptop before you buy it. We have 2 Type-C ports, actually. Whoa! Okay, more than one Type-C port, a bunch of USB ports, 2 USB ports, 3 USB ports, hold on, and an audio jack port. This is a device that is very much made for modern use, I will tell you, especially with the multiple Type-C ports that you can use for Type-C usage. So if, for example, you use an iPhone or maybe you use an Android that mainly uses Type-C, then you'd be able to easily plug this bad boy in and connect it to your laptop, okay? But then the piece de resistance of this laptop, I know it looks clean, it looks sleek, it looks smooth in terms of presentation, but then the cherry on top of this thing is, of course, its specifications. So for its processor, it has the Intel Core Ultra 7 255HX, wherein if you look for an equivalent for it, it's equivalent to an Intel Core i9 14th gen, which is crazy in terms of processing power. So processing power alone, you have a good pick. But then, you also have a graphics card paired with this thing. This thing has the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070. Okay, my eyes are deceiving me. 5070, even higher. Okay, when it comes to processing power alone is already really good because you're able to crunch in a lot of work. But then with a graphics card, in terms of doing multiple tasks, in terms of doing heavy tasks, for example, you're running God Rays in a video game, for example, or you're running a very heavy map, a very wide map, let's say Cyberpunk 2077, or maybe the new GTA 6 that's coming out, you want to load in the map smoothly with high graphics, then this would be a laptop that can chug it all out smoothly without any problem. This is a strong laptop, I'll tell you guys that. So I was like, when I was holding it, I was like, holy schmoly. Its monitor was really crisp, really clean, and really bright colors. 15.6 with high refresh rate as well, which I really like when it comes to gaming because when you're playing video games, of course, you need to be able to see multiple things as you swipe from left to right. So high refresh rate is almost mandatory for fast-paced games like Valorant, for example. Apart from that, we have all sorts of different features as well. For built-in storage, we have 512 gigabytes of storage, and we also have 32 gigabytes of RAM built into this thing. Usually the amount of RAM that's commonplace or normal or standard for laptops is 8 gigabytes. This is 32 gigabytes inside of this thing. And mind you, I mentioned at the beginning of all of this that it was so light. So now that I mentioned all of the components that it has, I'm even more surprised with how light it actually is. I really see this being used for someone who requires high-end gaming. Let's say you're a gamer who really enjoys high graphics. Maybe you're a content creator and you want to be able to get good footage of landscapes, good footage of sceneries in video games. Or maybe you're a 3D modeler and you just want to be able to not have any lag while you're working on high quality models. Well, this is a laptop that you could bring on the go and can handle all of that. And then you can also game on the side if you guys want to. I can see this being used by streamers, content creators for multiple things that they can do. All of it jam-packed into a very powerful laptop. I love seeing a laptop like this. And the thing is, since you guys are listening in with your boy Wacky here on Budget for Your Gadget, we can give you guys a special deal for it. Listen up, okay? So the SRP of this laptop is 155,000 pesos. And that's rounding everything off, 155,000 pesos. Well, since you guys are listening here on Budget for Your Gadget, if you guys choose to pay via cash, you guys can get an enormous discount and you can get this laptop for 125,000 pesos instead. So, if you guys want a premium experience with a good deal paired with it, with a very light laptop that I will tell you, it's future-proof as well because of all of the components that it has. You will be able to use this thing for a very long time and pass it to your next of kin. I'll tell you guys that much. Then you guys should totally check out asianic.com.ph. Look at their website. Just look for the Lenovo Legion 5 and you'll see that. See it on their website so you guys can avail it. Thank you so much to people of Asianic for sending over such a beautiful laptop. I'll tell you guys. And thank you to you guys for joining me for another edition of
Budget for Your Gadget.
At Asianic, better people, better service, better deals. You may visit our branches, flash on the screen.